Hello again everyone, how are you all, and hope you're well, and welcome back to the channel. This is a follow-up video from the storage unit which we went back to. I apologise, it's been a bit of a delay between the last one and this one, but I'll explain as we go what exactly has been happening, because it's been emotional. It really has. For anyone who doesn't know already, there's a link down below with a playlist from other videos that I've done of this storage unit, but a quick recap is we found an abandoned storage unit which was part of a video shop, record shop and game shop, which was throughout the late 70s all the way through the 80s and sort of like to mid 90s. So that's when it stopped, and the storage unit then was just closed, left abandoned. There was a fire next door, they broke the roof, rain got in, you know, some things survived, some things didn't. But again, check those videos down below in the link if you haven't seen them already, because it'll also show you more things that have been saved from this unit. And in this video as well, we have actually got some rare Nintendo items that were saved this time round, which I think are rather special, so we'll get to them in a bit. So what exactly happened? From the last video to this, I said that we're going to go back, we're going to sort through everything. There's a room that we never got to, which I was going to go into, and you know, I had this whole romantic idea in my head of what this was going to be like. I thought we were going to walk in there and everything that we left there from like a year ago that was in boxes, because here's the thing is, the sheer amount of stuff that was in there the first time. If you see that video, as I said, there's going to be pictures, videos, everything all around here. You can see it is absolutely full. You can't see the floor. Everything is like 2 or 3 boxes high. So when they were sorting through it, you were looking for the Nintendos, you were looking for the Sega stuff, you were looking for the games and the things that you know are worth saving. So the things like the paperwork, the posters, the media stands and all stuff like that just didn't just got left, you know what I mean, got put in cardboard boxes, stacked up and just left, as well as a load of rubbish as well, because there was unfortunately a lot lost in this place. Just the hole in the roof, 10 plus years of the British weather coming in completely destroyed some of it. So yeah, the boxes were a bit of a mixed bag, but they were still there, you know, in my head they were still there, I was told, and they're all stacked up nice and neat. And we were going to go in, pick up a box, move it over here, open up the box, quickly go through it, see what's good, see what's bad, separate them, take the good stuff. Didn't work out like that. Right, the reason why this place needed to be emptied was because there was a garage next door that wanted to rent the space and expand their business, which, you know, everyone's entitled to do. So they, since we left, had knocked down half of the wall, and there was a load of stuff over this side, because it's like, let's just divide it in half. Here's the boxes, here's the stuff where their garage is. And there was a load of things that were still just rotten, you know what I mean? They were just left there. We'd gone through, we'd saved what we could. This is where all the videos were saved. So to clear it, they just got shovels, put them in bags, shoveled it all in and threw it on top of all of the cardboard boxes. So that's one layer on top of the cardboard boxes. So there's all that, which is all the rubbish. Then they've moved in, and a year's worth of a garage being there would have just gone, oh, just put it up there, just put it up there, you know what I mean, just put it out the way. So there's bags of their stuff on top of all the stuff that's damaged. So we're 2 layers deep on top of the boxes. And then when we got there, I was like, oh God. Walk in, there's a forklift truck, and they said, oh, we'll move it for you, we'll move it. But then the forklift truck broke down, so that's stuck there. Behind it there was a big massive like plastic water butt, one that's got like the metal frame around it, full of stuff that was still sitting there. Then you got load of bags and everything else. Half a mini, back end of a mini, you know. Look, I actually thought it would look really, really good, this back end of a mini. It's like some gaming seats, you know, just it was just the 2 seats in the back end of the mini. It would look good. Wasn't taking it out of there though. And then after that was engine blocks, all the way around. So walking,
Okay, so how do we get to the boxes?
climb. That's all we could do. So yeah, disheartened that first time. So my hopes were here, and then fly. My hopes were here, and then it was dashed completely. So yeah, just complete. Just where do you start? You know what I mean? It's one of those. You just walk in and go. So we climbed over the engine blocks, and then we had to climb on top of it because the garage had moved in as well. We couldn't just go and move everything from here over to there and sort it and give us some space. No, we were confined to this side. So we started digging, and we were like getting nowhere, just rubbish after rubbish after rubbish, and because it was the layers deep. So we had to go down quite a bit just to get to the boxes which we thought might have stuff in them. So yeah, disheartened with that. Managed to fill up one box full of stuff, and it wasn't even good stuff, if I'm honest. It was just like clutching at straws. And that's when Adam just went, done. You know what I mean? Let's just leave all this. And at the point there, I actually kind of agreed with him, but I said to him, well, there is that room at the back. Can we at least get to that room and see what's in it? So we dug the other way, dug down. When you are standing on boxes at a level with the top of the door, and then you've got to dig down to get into the door, that gives you an idea of just how cracked this was. So yeah, got in there, and again, I thought you'd pull open these drawers, because I only glimpsed in there last time. And obviously with everything there, you thought there might be something. There was bits, but weather, time, everything that was on the floor was just stuck to the floor. You know, everything was nasty. I'll put a video in. I'll do it at the end of the video. Wait to the end of the video and I'll show you what the inside of this room looked like. Because yeah, that was... I'm glad I went in, because it's sort of like, if I'd never have gone in, I would have always gone, well, what if? You know, I'd always be thinking, what if? But now I know nothing. Absolutely nothing. There was a few odd things that you possibly could have took out. I have to say though, there was a mug, and you'll see it at the end. I wish I'd picked it up. It was it Roadrunner? I'm sure it was Roadrunner. I wish I'd took that now. But anyway, that's not what we're here for. Yeah, that was completely trashed. And then we came out, and I was like, okay, there was another hole in the wall as well next to it. That's where a lot of paperwork went into. So I said, well, let's at least go in there and see what paperwork we can pull out. Pulled out a few bits. And then I saw the top of a spinner. And when I say spinner, I mean these like this high, where you used to put videos in, and they turn round so you can see what's in them. Nothing special until you saw the top, and it said Rank Video across the top in a big metal band. And these are rare. I've been speaking to a lot of people, and these could possibly be the only ones still left that survived. Didn't survive very well because these ones were lying down, people had stood on them. I'd even stood on them in the past. But pulled them out. A lot of work pulling these out. Found the basis for them, and like, they survived. That's the thing, they survived. So they're out on the side. And then we called it. We just said, look, we're done. With nothing we can do here, especially with the confinement we're in. But then the guy said, who owns the place, said, no, the forklift truck will be moved tomorrow. And he'll use the forklift truck to move engine blocks and everything else and give you some space. But left that place very, very, very deflated. You know what I mean? From being up here to what could potentially fly into, oh my God, what have we got ourselves into? But yeah, went back the next day, and as promised, he'd moved stuff. And I'm glad that he did, because now we were able to at least get in from the front and make a sort of like a tunnel. That's the only way I can describe it, is we were making a tunnel through all of this stuff. People ask as well, oh, to make sure you're wearing masks, make sure you're wearing gloves. We were. Again, I'll put pictures in. It was me wearing these masks and sweat dripping from it. It was a warm week. It was a warm week. But yeah, that's where we were then. And again, pictures are going to be up here where you can see stuff that we had found. That's when we found the Nintendo stuff, and it was just sitting on top of one of the boxes, and you could just see the red poking out of the side, and it's just a Nintendo sign. Well, the first thing we found was just a Nintendo sign. It's about this big, but it's like made out of plastic. And the bit that intrigues me is it's not like a sign where it's got hooks on. It was on a piece of wood, and it had like dowels either side, like 2 on either side. That's kind of how you make an arcade cabinet. Then it struck me. We found the M82 here, the Nintendo demo unit. We found the Rob the Robot display. Also, those videos are on my channel. Please go check them out. The Rob the Robot restoration, I think, is still my favourite from this whole find. So I knew that they came out with Nintendo kiosks. So I was looking at pictures, and they do a big one, like a stand-up one. And it's like nothing's really making any sense from this sign. Like, it could be from the top, but that's got like a trademark, like T next to the Nintendo. Then I saw it, a half-size cab, and I'll put a picture up now. And it's where it's like a half-size cabinet with a Nintendo there, a Nintendo on the front, your screen in the middle, and then you slotted the M82 at the bottom. That's what it's from. It has to be. It's like, it's too much of a coincidence for it to not be that M82. What part of it? The rest of it, if you look at the back of the wood, lost to time. You know, this thing must have rotted away and just been dismantled. Or maybe he just took the sign off when he's finished with it and just used it as Nintendo. You know, maybe he did stick it up on the wall, because it doesn't say Nintendo Entertainment System. It could be used for the Super Nintendo or anything else. So yeah, that could have been what happened to it. Cannibalized, who knows? Something we'll never know, but romantic and to think about, if you know what I mean, to let your mind wonder what it could be. And then also we found this Nintendo game display, and what I love about that is it wasn't all together. All these little slots, we found them all. They were dotted about here and there. Some of them were broken, they've been taped back up, but it survives. And you would have put your games in it, and like posters where you could flip backwards and forwards so you could look and see the front and back of the box. Also found 2 games with just big polystyrene inserts, so I think may have been for this, who knows. But that is another amazing Nintendo find. So there was still Nintendo there that we missed, so nice to find all that. Did also find a Master System. It was just in the bottom of the box. I think I almost stood on it, you know what I mean. This gives you an idea of how bad it was. And picked up, oh, Master System, yeah, that's great, put it in the box. Got back to the shop like a couple of days later, and I was going for the box, and oh, the Master System, then I shook it. I was like, that doesn't sound good, that rattles. Turned it around, all the vents, every single one was like rust falling out of them. But I've still got it. If you want, I am going to do a video opening that up. But if anyone wants to tackle that and see if they can bring it back to life, let me know. Oh, a few people did ask before, where can they contact me to find some of this stuff? And as I said, Unit 3 Collectibles, the shop. A few people have popped into the shop, and it's been amazing to actually see you guys. Great to talk to you. It really is. I'm just nice that this stuff is getting out there. One person turned up and went, I saw that you found Spectrum games. I'd just like to own something that came from the unit. That's nice, you know. I think he walked away with Hero and a magazine, a Spectrum magazine. We still had the tape attached to the front of it, so that was really cool. Nice to speak to people about this stuff. Yeah, so there's there. Come to the shop. Also, I've put now my link to my Twitter account, or X, whatever it bloody is. So yeah, go send me a message there. You know what I mean? If you want to contact me about any of this stuff, I realised I hadn't updated any of that. So yeah, that's there now, and yeah, have to talk about the elephant in the room. It's this big red display over here. I'll put a picture up again. There's 2 of them, and I dug them out, and Adam was like, I can't believe you want them, because they're broken. You know, these things, they look all right, but they've got a bit of damage. So I've cleaned that one up. I've got another one over there, which is going to be going to Sega Zombie, or they haven't decided which one I'm keeping myself yet, because they're slightly different. And I want it because I remember going to the video shop. I absolutely love VHS. I'm not one for your horror movies and stuff like that, but Trains, Planes, and Automobiles, you know, even rubbish like this, I'm going to have my choice of videos on here. And this Short Circuit 2 actually was from the storage unit. Probably was in there at some point in his life. Was talking about this the other day with Crocodile Dundee. Does it still hold up? And battery's not included. Love this movie. £1.50 a night rental. So, video shop stuff. And I've got to put this in here for my mate John. It'll be number 1 because I know how much he loves this movie. There you go. Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know in the comments as well, because what was like 30, 32, something like that slots on there. What would be on your top 10, top 20, whatever, movie list? What would you put in there? Because I know what I'm putting in there. And I think that's the good thing as well, is that it'll be very different for everyone else. It's come up really nice, to be honest, I think. Still needs a bit of work. I was going to put a wooden back on it. And then I'm going to mount it to the wall. I'm going to move these pictures somewhere else. I said I was going to keep 2, but I just don't have the space in here for them. So, yeah, another thing saved. What else? Yeah, we kept on digging. Found loads more things, loads more games, loads more paperwork. The paperwork again, the posters, these... Nothing sort of like super high end. Oh, we did find a video form clock. And it's just a little plastic thing like that. It's up for auction at the moment on a media group. But again, it survived. That's the key thing. It's amazing that this stuff survived. And I absolutely love it. I've loved being part of this. I've loved knowing that there are people literally around the world who have got stuff in their collections that's come from here. Things that they've probably been looking for years. Things they didn't even know they wanted. I didn't know I needed that. I got it. But yeah. So we're digging away. Still going. And exhausted. But then we see 2 more of those rank spinner stands. Right back in the corner. Right the way over there. And it's like, right, we're getting them. Getting them to get over. And these ones weren't as dented, but they've clearly been left out into the elements a lot more. So the tops were a bit more rusty. But they've all been collected now. All 4 of those spinners. And I've spoke to them, the people who collected them. Was like, have you ever seen them before? And I said, no. These genuinely could be the only 4 left in existence. Who knows? You know, a nice thing to think of. But yeah, he's now got it cleaned up. He's got a bit more work to do in it. But I'll put a picture here because he's now got it in his actual his games room or media room or whatever you want to call it, full of tapes. And to see it from there, because I knew they were there. This is why we were digging in that direction. I knew these spinners were there. And pulling them out, seeing what they were like in that pigeon poo covered rust mess, to now pride of place in someone's room. That's why we do it. You know what I mean? That is why I've been doing this all the way through. And that will forever just put a smile on my face. It really will. One thing I did love finding as well was the video cards. We've actually found Watchdog video cards. You know, we used to rent videos out with. So that's been pretty cool. I've actually got one. I've not got it on me, but I've got one in my wallet. It's my little memento from this whole thing. Just silliness, really, isn't it? But yeah, once we got that, got everything out, we are now done. Is there stuff left behind? Possibly. You know what I mean? Probably more than likely. But what we've had to do to get this amount of stuff out, as I said, it broke me. It really, really did. Mentally, physically, I was exhausted. It's probably why there's been a bit of a gap between that past 2 videos. I needed just kind of a break from it all. But hopefully, by doing this video, you can see how much I've enjoyed it as well. You know what I mean? And I've enjoyed you guys coming along on this journey with me, because it's why I do it. You know, this stuff was not only left for the 30 years, but this time we've gone back. It's like it's been doubly lost. It's like we left it there. So now we've gone back and found it, that Nintendo sign. Who knows where it's going to... Maybe somebody will use that and actually as part of building a new cabinet for their M82. Who knows? Would be really nice, wouldn't it? But yeah, pleasure to be part of this, to save all of that stuff. Yeah. Right, so what's going to happen in the future going forward? I do have lots of videos coming out for the restoration stuff. Still got plenty of things to restore. Bag down there full of games to go through. Hopefully we can get them all sorted. There should be some of the videos with people repairing stuff as well. Look out for them. And yeah, just check out the previous videos before if you've not seen them already. I will now put a video up of the the room that we went into, and I'll just, like I said, I'll fade out. You can watch that, and I'll be back. Oh, I do have, is it AMC? I've got a box restoration video. I know it doesn't seem the most exciting thing in the world, but this, I've only ever seen AMC on the Spectrum as a cassette, but this is +3, and the box is in a bad way. It was literally on the floor, being trodden on, being damp and everything else, but I'm going to do my best to save it because this thing needs saving. So look out for that box restoration video. I don't know what will happen to it after that, but yeah, I'm going to do my best to save that. And going forward as well, I am going to be at the Revival. I said just going there. It's my local area, so I'm going to be there. If you see me, come and say hello, come have a chat, talk about this stuff. I like my videos, I like my games, I like my music. Let's just chat nerdy stuff. And I'm also going to be at the Telford Comic Con at the end of June. No guests, no nothing. That's not my thing. I'm actually working. So it's just going to be nice to meet more people. Again, come and have a chat. But thank you again for coming along on this journey. It's been fun, tiring, but I wouldn't change this experience. It's been amazing to be part of. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll leave you with this video now. See you later. Bye.